Hello everyone, in today's video, we're going to be revisiting more of your Halo hot takes, because I think it's safe to say that last video absolutely popped off. With over 7k views and 200 plus comments, it's safe to say you guys want more. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, I want to get all of the ones that I keep seeing out of the way. Halo 4 is good. While I agree with that take, I do believe that Halo 4 and many other Halos still have their flaws, but I feel it's most prevalent in Halo 4. And since I already went over the things in my last video, I'll go over a few things that I didn't like in this video. The Forge mode was a letdown. The fact that in Halo Reach we had Forge World and then we got another Forge World should have been a walk in the park, but it wasn't. This was a huge letdown for me and many others. I didn't really care about Forge in the first place, but when I saw it in Halo 4, I didn't even bother to play it. And for the customization, I thought that all of the helmets and armors just didn't look that good. Even when they released the DLC, these armors pretty much sucked. And to anyone who likes these armors, please feel free to explain in the comments. Another take I keep seeing was that Halo Reach was also a good video game. And I don't think that this is a hot take necessarily. I think that the community is just really split. You either love this game or you hate it. The reason for hating this game is as follows: art style, armor abilities, campaign levels being cut and ported into multiplayer maps. And to be honest with you, I think this was the biggest problem. The fact that we got a new Halo game should have meant that we get a new set of multiplayer maps. However, this was not the case, and instead we got all of these garbage maps. I've played Halo Reach for so long, and to this day, I still don't really like any of its multiplayer maps. I think that jetpack ruins a lot of the gameplay. The fact that you can just jetpack all around makes all the other armor abilities just kind of useless. Armor lock was also a big pain in the ass. Completely stopping gunfights, I hated this. And for sprint, I didn't really mind sprint. I thought sprint was perfect. And in later Halos, it's done much better. To be a little more specific, I think that Halo Infinite Sprint does it perfectly, with making your Spartan move just a little bit faster than your walking speed. And for the pros about Reach, I could go on for days. The art style, customization, noble team, a perfect way to end the story. And I also forgot to mention for a con, a lot of people didn't like Reach's story because it didn't go off of The Fall of Reach, which was a book that came out way before Reach was even a thought. But again, I think that Halo's story should go off of the games, not the books. Another thing that many players liked were its commendations and challenges. I remember every time I got on this game, I would always look for more challenges, just so I can get a little bit closer to max rank. I never actually hit Inheritor, but man, when you saw this in-game, you were pretty scared. Another thing that a lot of players could agree with me on is that its menu was absolutely amazing. Just the way it starts is so awesome, giving you this badass intro. And that main menu screen with the rain, this shit hit really hard. It hit so hard, in fact, that I literally have it as one of my backgrounds on my desktop. So with that out of the way, let's get into the real spicy takes. Fred Power says that I should play Halo 5. And if this video hits 100 likes, then my next video will be about Halo 5's campaign. Dem Spooks says Warzone Firefight was the best firefight. No, absolutely not. The best firefight has to go to either ODST or Reach. I think that 5 was absolutely garbage, with boring characters to fight against and just a lack of an objective. I feel like in ODST and Reach, it was pretty basic with staying alive, and that was pretty much it. But I liked the feeling. Playing with another friend was so much fun, and the longer you stay alive, the harder it gets. I mean, that's so cool. Why would you not want to do that? I've also tried Halo Infinite's firefight, and I will say that that is terrible as well. Being able to revive players just takes away that feeling of, I gotta stay alive. And I know I just said that Halo 5's firefight didn't really have an objective. Well, in Halo Infinite, there's only Firefight King of the Hill, and I really have an issue with this. When there's a hill in a certain area of the map, all of the other parts of that map just become useless. What I want from Halo Infinite is just a regular firefight game mode, where you just have to survive. So to answer your question, no, it's not the best firefight. That goes to either ODST or Reach. UNSC Spartan says, Halo 4's loadouts weren't a bad choice, and Halo CE has the worst multiplayer. I didn't mind Halo 4's loadout system, but then I played Halo 4, and I was being scanned so many times that I just got sick of playing. Not only that, but the bolt shot is completely bullshit. This is a pocket shotgun, and it's unfair as hell. And pair that with Promethean vision, yeah, I'm all set. But that doesn't mean I hate Halo 4's multiplayer. For me, I think that every Halo has its special place in my heart. And with CE's multiplayer, again, I don't hate it. One of my favorite things about Combat Evolved is its ambience on the maps. I absolutely love just going on these maps and chilling out, no pun intended. They just feel so creepy and distant. I mean, even getting gameplay for this, I'm probably just sitting at a waterfall right now. But what did people not like about this game? I'd say pistol bloom, the spawn system. In my last video, I mentioned that the pistol has really bad bloom, and I told one of my viewers to just use the tap fire method with the pistol. And while that works, sometimes it's straight up random. For me and many others, this kind of throws you off. And another thing that absolutely throws me off is the spawn system. I'm sure many of you watching this right now know that feeling of being spawn killed. I mean, I got 30 minutes of gameplay in, and I'm already being spawn killed by someone who knows how to play this game. And to be spawn killed this much is honestly insane, and I can tell why people didn't really like the spawning. Now, I wouldn't say a lot of players don't like this, but for me, this is one of the biggest things about CE's multiplayer, and that is its movement. One of my biggest problems about Combat Evolved's movement is when you press the jump button, it doesn't jump immediately, and this was a pain in the ass. But overall, I still like Combat Evolved's multiplayer. Yolk Gaming says, Halo Reach's Forage is the best one. If you grew up with Reach, I'm sure that you love the game itself, even down to its Forage mode. When I play Halo 3's Forage, I feel like there's something missing with it, but when I play Reach's Forage, this is where it's at. And for many players, they were able to create some awesome stuff, but that's not to say that they couldn't do that in 3. They could, but there was much more limitations on the maps. For Reach, we had a whole entire map dedicated for Foragers, and I can remember so many. Splatter Monkey, Speed Halo, Duck Hunt, and many more. But I think it's safe to say that Halo Reach's Forage is for anyone, because in the newer Halos, I feel that it doesn't feel like Forage. It becomes more like a mode and map editor. That is wicked confusing, by the way.
What the hell am I looking at?
But I think we can all agree that Halo Reach's Forage is simplistic and easy to learn. Massive Facts says, Halo Infinite Online is the best multiplayer out of all versions. I grew up on Halo 3. Halo Infinite's multiplayer is pretty good, but one thing I think it lacks is a true identity. Not having any new weapons or any new vehicles, armor abilities, it just kind of feels bland. I mean, you could say it has some identity with how bland it is. I do play Infinite daily, and I do think it's fun, but what a lot of people didn't like when this game came out was a couple of things. Sprint, sliding mechanics, lack of updates. I mean, there were a lot of things wrong with this game when it first came out. I will say that it is in a better spot now, but when it first came out, I think that this was by far the worst multiplayer that we got for a Halo game. And to say that this is better than Halo 3's multiplayer, do me a favor, go watch a Fat Rat video, and then you might change your mind. And to round this video off, I'm gonna go with one that I think is really funny. Chazilla says, my only hot take is that I never liked playing Firefight solo. This is honestly the most confusing thing to me, because who in their right mind decides to play Firefight solo? You also say that it feels a bit boring. Of course it feels a bit boring. It's only you trying to stay alive. The reason for Firefight is having your buddy with you, and when you're on that last life and you're spectating your friend, the pressure and intensity levels are through the roof. And to me, that's what makes Firefight Firefight. But anyways, if you're still watching this video and you're already subscribed, I gotta say I'm sorry. I know it took me a while to get this video out, and I promise the next one won't take as long. I had a few bumps along the way making this video, so I hope you understand. But if you're here and you're not subscribed, then do me a favor, like this video and subscribe to me. I'm pretty chill. I'm pretty cool. No, I'm not. Anyways, I'm gonna go play Halo. I'll see you guys in the next one.